Today we are going to be doing kind of a let's play. So normally when we make these type of videos I will do like a short 1 minute introduction based on my thoughts of the dream, and then I will let the rest of the video play if you want to watch the rest. But I felt like so many channels were doing these non-commentary videos based on let's plays on dreams, so I thought, okay, let's try and talk through the entire video and let's include the camera and try something different. Now I'm not going to do this for every single video, as I know some videos are more appropriate to just let the gameplay play or just to give a brief introduction. It depends on the type of dream. But today we're going to go through 4 dreams and I'm going to give you my thoughts and impressions on each of those. Now these have already been pre-recorded, so this is not a live reaction. If you want to see some live reactions, we do live streams normally every Saturday, maybe Friday as well. If I have some time I'll let you guys know, but for these videos I can't do live commentary, so they're going to be post commentary instead, just to give you a heads up. I'm not trying to fool anyone here. So let's get started. Okay, so this first level is actually from a very good creator from Little Big Planet. I think he started with Little Big Planet Vita, I believe, and then he moved his skills over to Little Big Planet 3, and he was actually one of the more prominent creators who remained alongside Little Big Planet 3 throughout its entire lifespan really, and now he's here to lend his impressive skills to Dreams. So he's one creator I think you should all look out for. His name is Scary Biscuit. So I think most of his levels from Little Big Planet, they did vary. He made a lot of different kind of levels, but I think it's fair to say that the vast majority of those were platformers. And so here we're getting to see what a Scary Biscuit platformer looks like in full 3D. And the first thing that I immediately noticed is that he made his own custom character, which I give him a lot of credit for, because creating your custom character from scratch is no easy feat, trust me, I've tried. You can see that there's just so much detail in the character, and one of the first things I actually noticed, because I was wearing headphones at the time when I was playing the level, you can actually hear the gears spin in the character, so the sound effect actually plays as you walk, which was a nice little touch to show that you really are controlling a robot. And we're going through this really dark, you know, very rustic factory type level, and it really does have that dystopian vibe about it. So the graphics look great, but the ambience really picks up. It gives you this sort of old, you know, hopeless environment, you know, very lifeless, and I loved playing through every second of it. And it has some basic platforming mechanics throughout the level to keep you entertained, and it's definitely something that I can't wait to see what he does to evolve this in a future dream. Now the next dream that we're moving on to is a remake of Little Big Planet. So as you can see here, we have the pod, we have Sackboy, and we have the iconic music. And of course we also have the level select menu, which I thought was really cool. Everything was flowing really well. It looked like an impressive remake, and we've already seen Little Big Planet being remade from one of the Media Molecule devs themselves, but it's nice to see that someone else is trying to remake their own version of the classic Little Big Planet gameplay. So this is sort of based on the very first Little Big Planet. So we have some of the iconic characters here, such as the Humpty Dumpty, the giant eggshell, and as you can see with the Sackboy, you can change facial expressions. You can only change one. In Little Big Planet you could do 4 emotions, and I think each face had about 3 different exaggerations of each emotion. But this version only has 1 emotion, which is to smile, because we all love to smile, and you can control his arms and wobble them about. So he's got some of the classic controls set down. The only thing that I would say about this level is that it's not quite precise, some of the platforming itself. So there's a section where I had to climb up a wall and it got very complicated. My head started to hit off the next platform, so there's definitely some platforming issues that should be worked out, but the graphics and the atmosphere, everything is perfect, and of course the music, it brings me right back to the original Little Big Planet game, so it's very impressive. You should check it out. Now, we started the video off with a very prominent creator from Little Big Planet, and this dream here is from another prominent Little Big Planet creator, always making phenomenal platform levels. It's Yukamon, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it's great to see that he's finally got his hands on Dreams, and it's actually based on a classic level that he made from Little Big Planet. I think it was Little Big Planet 2. I don't know if he made this level in all the Little Big Planet games. I just remember that he created various bee-themed platformers, and so this looks like the 3D Dreams representation of that world that he started to create on Little Big Planet. So when we start, we can see that you have a hub world to choose from various different levels, but this is supposed to be a game, but it's not quite finished yet, so a lot of the levels are inaccessible, as of course they're still a work in progress. But the one level that we did get to play from the hub world was very impressive, and the hub world was fully 3D. This level that we've went into now is more of a 2D platformer, that almost like a 2.5D, because you can still move around in 3D, but it does have more of a focus of going left and right because of the camera angle, and it reminds me a lot of Little Big Planet 3 when it tried to give you more depth by adding those 16 layers. So this seems like he's trying to make something from Little Big Planet 3, but obviously with all of the advancements from Dreams. And this is probably one of my favourite platform levels in Dreams thus far. You can see that the main character is Connie the Cone, and I don't think that she will be the final character in the level, as it's always being updated. So we may see a different character design down the line, and of course this level here may be updated in the future, but we'll definitely revisit this level as more levels are released, and once the full game releases, we'd love to play it again and see any improvements that's been made. But so far this is one of the most exciting projects for me personally. And last but not least, we have a very interesting minigame. Now, right from the start, you can see that the intro has a lot of work put into it. It looks graphically very nice. And so when I first played this, I thought, okay, it's got a very 80s vibe. We're going to play this really fun skiing game. But it actually took me by surprise. There were a lot of elements that I just did not expect. So naturally, at the beginning, you're trying to avoid obstacles such as the trees, the rocks, and you're trying to go through each of the targets, and you've got a little helper indicator showing you where they're going to appear. But it's very difficult. Maybe I make it look easier than it is, but it is very difficult, especially once this snow monster comes for you, and I think that when he gets me, it is hilarious. It just added so much comedy to the level. It's just, I wasn't expecting to come across something like that, but you know, I can enjoy when someone does something a little bit different, something a little bit more comical. And it wasn't the only death in the game actually, so you can get eaten by the evil snowman, or if you hit enough trees, for example, I think you get 3 lives. If you use your final life and crash into a tree, there is another death scene where you pretty much fall face first into the tree. So maybe there's more deaths as you progress if you crash into the rocks, or if there's any more obstacles throughout the level. I didn't play it so much because, you know, I was I was kind of bad at it. I only managed to play the level I tried about 4 or 5 times to be fair, but I couldn't get that great of a score. But it's something that I definitely will go back to and see if I can improve. It was really fun, but really difficult. But it made me laugh, like, from start to finish. As soon as that snow monster arrived, I thought this is just going to be an excellent level. Very well made. So if you haven't played any of these 4 dreams, why not add them to your queue? But let us know if this is a format that you are more interested in seeing, where we take a look at around 4 levels and briefly show you what we think. Now and again I might do a full playthrough of one particular level. It just depends if I have the time to do it, what you'd like to see from these Let's Plays next. So until then, I'll see you in the next streams video.